Welcome back to a recording of the Lovegodesss podcast with your host Katya Melvin. And today I am answering the question, why we cheat in marriage, why we cheat in relationships. And that's a multi-layered question. And of course, one little 10-15 minute podcast is not enough to cover all the bases, but I'm gonna I'm gonna give you some ideas, and I'm gonna give you some suggestions. And it is not it's not just men cheat, women cheat too, a lot. Women fantasize. I don't know, like for some people cheating is like even having thoughts about another man. For some it's a physical, for some, like unless we have sex, it's not cheating, right? So like it's different. Cheating is a different idea for everyone. So everyone has their own levels of cheating. And so, but like, let's define what cheating is. Cheating is non-consent, right? Cheating is when you hide something, when you have secrets, when it goes against another person, right? When you know that another person wouldn't approve and you still do it. But I think the question really here is, why do we want to experience love or lust with other people outside of the relationship? And, before I answer this question, I want to share with you how my view on this changed throughout the years. At first, I believed that we as human beings are monogamous creatures, and we mate for life. Throughout my experience and seeing other people, I now see that it may or may not be true for everyone. In fact, in most cases, it is not true. And all comes from a perspective that before I looked at life like this is black and white. It either is white or black. The life is either right or wrong, right? And now I look at things and I'm realizing there's so much that's happening in the background, behind the scenes, in our pre-life planning, from the spiritual perspective. And now I don't believe that we are monogamous creatures, and we stay here with the same partner for life, but I do believe that we came here on earth to learn our lessons, and we learn our lessons through people that we meet, through people that we have in our relationships, and each person is our mirror, and also each person teaches us something about ourselves. So each person, myself including, is here to learn and gain life experience going through different situations in life, right? And through different people, we learn different things about ourselves. Some are more on a lower scale of evolutionary soul development or whatever. Some are more on a higher scale of evolutionary soul development. But we are here all bumping into each other, learning our lessons. So honestly, I no longer see anything wrong with ending the marriage or the relationship that no longer works. It worked in the past, but we grew out of it. We are a different person. We are learning a different lesson in life, and we need another person for that lesson to happen. Monogamous couples stay together if they are aligned, if they happen to align in their values, in the way they grow together, walk through life together, stay and keep having common goals together. And and learning other lessons outside of relationship lessons, or self-love lessons. And that is when the relationship does work and stay together. A lot of couples who stay together turn into swingers, or they explore relationships with other people in consensual way, right? I have my own views on that. It is really about I'm not gonna say it's wrong or right. I'm gonna say it really, does it fit your dynamic? Does it fit what you're looking for? Because each personality is different, and you gotta know yourself to answer that question. Before I would say, like I said, this is black, this is white, this is right, this is wrong. Now I'm gonna say, you know what? There's so many elements that play into that, including evolution of your soul, including your life purpose, including your mission in life, including your pre-life planning that your soul attended and created and is executing through other people. I'm not gonna go into this and tell you this is the only way to live life. Right? It's not on me. It's on God or universe or the entire systems. To me, God is not, yes, there is big one energy of the source, but what I call God is the system of energies, the angels, whatnot. That's my belief system. And they work in unison to help you, guide you through life. They're what we call it the spirit guides. And with that being said, I'm not here to tell you what's right and what's wrong for you, because you are the only one who needs to identify that. And then there is a right way to do it and the wrong way to do it, depending on the goal that you are trying to achieve, right? And so back to the topic of why we cheat in relationship is because each person that we meet shows us a different side to ourselves. Each person that we meet allows us to feel something different about ourselves. It's not even the person, it's how they make you feel. And when we want to stick to one relationship that is working, and that's absolutely a wonderful thing, we miss out on the newness and the emotions that another person allows us to experience about ourselves. This is how we learn about ourselves. This is why, it is I know I'm gonna get a lot of criticism for that one if I say that, but it is divine. Everything is divine, even if it doesn't seem that way. If shit happens, it's always divine guidance or redirection or something. And it may look like shit at first, but in the end you learn, oh shit, this was the right step to do. I was fired from a job, and turned out that was the blessing, the most biggest blessing of my life. Because I started my own business, right? So it might look like shit, I lost a child and it turned into a photography business because I didn't have good pictures. Every time shit happens, it's your guidance, it's redirection into the new, into something new in your life, a new stage of your life. You that's it. Especially for me with a job, I was so afraid because I'm not gonna have money, and they fired me. I was kicked out, the universe said, fuck this, you don't quit on your own, we'll fire you, right? Because I hated it so badly. So with that being said, why do we cheat? It's because we keep looking for new feelings that other people bring in ourselves. And that in itself, there's nothing wrong or sinful about experiencing different sides to ourselves. And that is being awakened and awoken when we meet other people who reflect that side back to us. And each person is our mirror to who we are. I already shared a story I have explored in a completely consensual way. I wouldn't say it's a relationship, but more of a sub-dynamic, right? where he was making me feel something I have never experienced about myself, which was he was making me feel like I am this pure innocence, despite the fact that I was supposed to be his dom, right? It was so bizarre, but I loved that feeling that I was feeling, right? About myself. And it's a fleeting feeling, and I know would have gone away. There's a butterfly phase to everything, including this, right? And eventually it could have lasted longer. It just didn't work out. Anyway, with that being said, like, it's the feeling that we receive when we experience other people's perception of ourselves. Does it make sense? And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for self-discovery. We're growing as human beings. We're looking for self-love. But the way we are doing this through cheating, which is non-consensual way, is completely wrong. And the reason why I have this subject in the first place today is because, and I love my Lovegodesss studio. Oh my God, I get to meet these women who share these stories with me, and they give me this material for my podcast. I absolutely love that. Please keep it coming. More on that later. But anyway, she shared with me how her husband cheated on her, and how he tried to hide it, and how somehow he butt dialed her twice when he was talking about his cheating partner or whatever. And I was like, why is there a need to do that in a non-consensual way? But the reason is we do that, and this is the reason why people do that, is because they are not intimately connected or emotionally connected too much. And they also have this worldview, both of them, that I have to be in monogamous relationship because it is wrong in the eyes of God. And she has the same kind of mentality that I have to suffer through like shitty relationship because I am a wife, and that's what wives do, right? Like, that's the mentality of and perception of those people who may not, may be looking for something or someone on the side, right? Because that what they're doing is a taboo. They see this as a taboo, where in reality it is a very normal human process. If you do it in a very open and very pure, positive self-love, self-growth kind of way. Again, not every cheating would and need to end up in sex. It could be like you grow through different, not a cheating, but relationship, right? Meeting new people, learning about yourself, and end up in sex, right? So people who end up cheating, also another thing about that is that there's something enticing about taboos in the first place, right? Oh, I'm not that innocent after all, right? So we always want what we don't have. And when it is taboo, when in our mentality, it's almost a turn on, right? It's almost a turn on. Oh, I'm doing something that's against the rules, and that's part of your turn on. But as we know, turn on is our internal light turning on. It's actually divine. And it's just worked in our mindset in such a twisted way that we think that it is a taboo, and then because it is a taboo, it is even more enticing, and we want it more. We always want what we don't have. We always want the grass is always greener on the other side, but in reality, to me, it is the exploration and self-growth needs to be done in a very open, consensual manner, if that is the way to go, right? Because either way, if the relationship is not working, I would rather for you to not have this relationship than suffer through a relationship that you think you need to sacrifice yourself to be in because it's wrong in the eyes of God, right? So with that being said, I don't believe, like, cheating is only bad when it's non-consensual, when it is against the other person or the other person's beliefs, right? But in the open setting, it is not cheating. And on the other side, like, it is very natural for you to experience self-growth because it is part of the divine process in the first place. That's how you grow and expand and learn about yourself. So those are the two very important moments that I want for you to really like let this sink in, because like in the past, I also had this philosophy and idea like cheating is wrong, we only have to be monogamous. And I realized not only it is not true for everyone, and it could be true for some people, and like I said, they could align in certain areas, but there's so much more that we don't know, and we create these rules that something should be a certain way or another way. And on the other hand, like, relationship dynamics are so different for everyone, and what works for one couple, you can't put your own label on what would work for another couple. In fact, that is the reason why their divorce rate is so high and women not receiving any orgasm, and why couples who've been in long-term relationship have sex less than 10 times a year. Like, what kind of marriage is that? Like, why would you want to be in that when another person would make you feel alive and turn you on, turn your light on? Partnerships, and that's what marriage is a partnership. And like love are two different, well, actually love and lust and partnership are three different things. Love is when you love a person for the way they are just because. Partnership is when you are working, you're pairing together to live life together, pay bills together, all that. Like, by the way, this is like very turn off way to live life. And lust is when that passion element, that butterfly phase, but only it's a short-lived. You can continue maintaining some of it, but it's not going to be as fresh and as exciting as it was in the beginning, because you're doing it with the same person and you are simply not experiencing the same feelings because the person is teaching you to only see or feel a certain way about yourself. And that might be a great way for you to go through life, but I know, and it's very normal for all of us to have the longing to learn more about ourselves and feel different about ourselves and learn about ourselves through eyes of others. So that is what I want for you to take away from today. So anyway, I have created the Lovegodesss Club, which is located near Town Center in Virginia Beach, which is a social club for women. This is a sisterhood. We're not a dance studio. Please don't come to me and say, can I get 3 classes for $10? No. No. In fact, the membership will be going into hundreds of dollars very soon, and we'll make it all exclusive. And we are upgrading the experience. It is membership experience. It's a sisterhood, is who we are. We are a sisterhood. We are not like some kind of we are not competition to like Twisted Fitness or gym down the road. We are such a unique concept, and that's probably why women don't understand who we are. But anyway, I invite you to come in and join us at the Lovegodesss Club. Go to lovegodesss.com to learn more. Online option will be available shortly. Thank you so much for joining me in today, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.